The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Tesla with the ticker symbol TSLA. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So here we have the daily chart for Tesla, and it obviously sold off. Right now we're currently finding support at the end of this measure move target, so you can see there was one leg down right here. Prices pulled back. The second leg started back here in March 31st, and you can see the measure move target was met. These are two symmetrical legs down, and we're finding support at the end of this arrow. We're also finding support right above this gap right here. Normally that's what happens. Sometimes we don't fill in the gap all the way. Usually we just start finding support at the top of it. So that's what it looks like prices is doing currently. What is the expectation? The expectation is, since we had two legs down and this previous uptrend in play, we should see a potential another leg up. So we had this uptrend in play, prices broke the channel. This was the first attempt at exceeding this high. Prices sold off. We should be getting the second attempt at exceeding this high now. So we'll have to wait and see if that occurs, but as right now that is the expectation. Doesn't mean it's going to occur, but after two legs down and this huge move up, the expectation is we're probably going to see another impulse higher. The impulse length, it could be anywhere, but I'm expecting at least continuation to the upside. There is this gap right here that could be filled from that earnings report drop at the 180 level, and if we continue to see prices rocketing higher, then this would be the target that prices are trying to obtain, which is the 267. So that's probably not going to be reached because of this downward bias, but again, it is a target. We have to look at it. I think the buyers want to drive a price one more time. They're going to give it one more attempt, but the expectation is after that it would probably fail because of the downward bias I'm going to be showing you guys on the weekly chart. So on the daily chart, we had two legs down. We're finding support at that two legs down, and prices are looking like they want to bounce, and it could fill in this gap to reach the 180 level, and depending on how strong the bounce is, we could potentially make a new high of this up move or even reach the measure target. So that's the expectation in the short term. But if we go look on the weekly chart and we see the macro structure, you can clearly see that it's still a downtrend and prices are looking kind of weak. So we have this downtrend in play. You can clearly see that we're finding resistance at the trend line on both sides, and this $200 psychological level has yet to be broken from the bulls. It did break it, but those were failed breakouts. Prices have not stayed above it, and our price is selling off. So it looks pretty bad for Tesla right now in the macro structure because we're back below the EMA. And again, if we see that second attempt up right here and it fails by hitting this channel or EMA, then we could see a huge move down, probably back down to this low at the 114, 112 level. So that's what it's looking like it's forming to do. Basically see that bounce up, and the bounce up that fails, instead of reaching that measurement target or the high like I mentioned on the daily chart, it fails because of the macro structure is down. So you expect this trend line to override this little upward momentum because the downward momentum is stronger. So I'm expecting a bounce up, expecting it to fail by this EMA or this trend line and drop down towards this prior low at the 112 level. And that was the prior measure move target, a very large one. This was one leg down. This is the second leg. That's why we had a very large bounce there, because we had a long-term measure move being reached. But a lot of times, sometimes we do go back and retest this level. So there's a good chance maybe we get a double bottom off this level, and then we get a break of this channel before we rocket higher. So that's what could be possibly coming for Tesla. So we'll have to wait and see. But as right now, expecting a short-term bounce. I mean, sometimes that doesn't even occur at all. We might just continue to drop down. But the expectation is, short-term bounce and this channel holding and the EMA acting as resistance where it sends prices down. That would be expectations. Let's just say we ignore that and we continue rocketing higher. Then we still have this $200 psychological level that's going to act as resistance because it acted as resistance in the past. So there's a lot of resistances in the way for the bulls. They will need to break it strongly and then pull back and hold this level for higher prices for me to be bullish for Tesla. Until then, I would be still bearish on Tesla. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.